Hello, Tom.
Go ahead, Debbie.
Right. Hi, Dom. Right. I sent it out so that you could have a look and see. So the first thing I want to know is the downline owns a chemist and wishes to place some health products in the shop. These will not be visible from the road. Please advise. What do you guys think?
If it's not visible from the road, it's all good.
Jenny, what do you think?
I think it shouldn't be visible from the road, but it must be behind the counter, not in the main shop, so that the client must ask the lady at the counter about the products and not just freely take them off the counter.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's illegal.
And what about putting up like a sign saying, hey, golden products, you can get it here, that sort of thing.
Long as that sign is not visible from the street and long as it's behind the counter.
Now, this one's going to really floor a lot of people here. I think policies and procedures have changed quite a bit. My answers come from 2007 when I did this. Okay. So 1, products are not allowed to be visible. Signs should not be displayed according to the policy. No flea markets. You can do school raffles just to get names lists, but you can't sell from the table. And you can wear a GNLD or a Neolife badge saying who you are. Okay.
That's a good one.
Number 2, a member of your team wishes to sell his business to a potential buyer for 90,000 Rand over 3 years. Please advise.
Well, you can sell it.
They can, yeah.
They
don't
can
think
sell
over 3
it.
years.
There's a condition. I think it's got to be sold to somebody in the business.
Yeah.
Upline has first choice.
Yeah, upline has first choice, yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Well done, guys. Can sell your business, but an upline has first option to buy. Everyone in that leg must sign an agreement.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. A member of your team joined together with his girlfriend. This has happened to us so often. They have now gone their own way and they don't want anything to do with each other. Please advise.
That's a tricky one.
One of them needs to sign up again.
Which one?
They get to choose.
Yes, Jenny?
They both have to write a letter to Neolife, business over, and the other one has to sign up again.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it does sound reasonable. Anyway, it goes to arbitration. In other words, the sponsor and Neolife people have to get together. But so if something like that happens and the girlfriend and boyfriend want to join up together, try and stop that happening by saying rather encourage one to join and the other to join as a downline.
Yeah. You've done that.
Yeah. Then you must get your partner registered. So they're partners. You can have your partner registered. But yeah, we've had that often where people got divorced and then we've got a major problem on our hands because they don't want to be in the same leg, but who goes with who? And yeah. Okay, number 4, month end last night. In the morning the next day, you suddenly remember that at the beginning of the month, one of your downlines bought 102 PV worth of products from you over a weekend. She now needs to qualify as senior manager, but the DSC is closed. So you can't go and buy. What do you do now?
Call
Now you go
Debbie.
online.
Oh, Debbie. And Debbie called Brandon. Brandon, help!
And you were in Dubai and I needed you. I was just a few points of qualifying as a director,
Oh,
like 20 points or something. And
Oops.
there was no Debbie.
you know, nowadays, when they do their first cutoff, you have to have your 100 PV. If you've got your 100 PV, then the next day, if you've got any oopsies like that, you can phone them and they can sort it out. But don't, whatever you do, put it online. Because once the online is closed at 12 o'clock, they cannot reverse that. But they can, if you send them a WhatsApp, they can do something about it. But that's only the next day. That can't be like 3-4 days later. Okay. Yeah, so I've done that before. I saw that I discussed it with one of our downlines. They suddenly realized that they were going to get senior manager, but they didn't put in their 100 PV. And that was a no-no. Sorry, we can't do anything about that. We've also had someone who had the 100 PV and suddenly realized that someone from overseas had put in an order which pushed them to, I think it was 500, no, it was 1,000 PV as well, senior manager, which would have pushed them to 1,000 PV, and they needed about 102 PV, 100 PV, and they were willing to buy it as stock. So I phoned Brandon and we discussed it, and he said, well, send in the WhatsApp with a proof of payment and we'll see what we can do. And they did. So, yeah, but go through your upline directors or world team members, because, you know, you can imagine hundreds of directors phoning poor old Brandon. He'd have a freak attack. Okay. So, right, next one. Sorry, any questions? No. A customer of yours tells you that his CalMag is swollen with moisture. You know that he did not replace the drying bag in the container. He stores his vitamins in the bathroom, in the medicine chest, and steam must have got in. What do you do?
I'd use it anyway.
Yeah, we would. But what do you tell your customer?
If it was me, I'd tell him to
Customers
give me the
always
bottle.
like,
Yeah,
Use it,
yeah.
Yeah,
I take it, I use it, and
What
give
did
him a
Mandy
new
say?
bottle. What did you say, Mandy?
yeah,
I would do the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Okay. I think I've missed one out. No, I haven't.
No.
Number 5. Okay.
go to bed.
Number 6. A customer goes on the Feel Better program. Would you tell them holds a guarantee? Do we still do that? Do we still tell them it holds a guarantee? Because it's not a near life guarantee.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Your,
It's not
your
a
re-
near life guarantee.
your
Sorry?
your retail slip is a guarantee.
Yeah, we do.
The retail slip has a guarantee on the back of it.
That it says that you don't feel better.
Well, I don't know
Okay.
what to feel better, but the Feel Better program that used to be doesn't exist anymore.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right. That was the NutriShake.
NutriShake,
Yeah.
Trin, and vitamin B, I think.
Yeah, it was NutriShake and
3 now.
Formula 4.
Formula 4.
Yeah, and the Formula 4. Okay, so that's not thing, because we don't get NutriShake anymore. A downline tells you that his friend in Manchester, England, wants to get started. What is the procedure and how does he get trained?
Call
These days
Debbie.
a lot easier.
Like all of us online.
Yeah. So I did.
So there's no products in the UK as such. So
But
you
your
use the
best is Italy.
internet. Sweden is your best port of call. I know that some people use Italy, but
Yeah.
I found Italy was not very,
Oh, good.
not as quick as Sweden. So I use Sweden, and I just send them a mail to what's her name? Violetta. She's in the customer sales. I send her a letter and I said, listen, I've got someone who's wanting to start. What do I do? And then she sends me an email back telling me exactly, and she gives me a price list, which I've just got a new one now because someone in England wanted to buy a product. So yeah,
That's
and
interesting.
so I go through them, and then the products are actually supplied from Scotland.
Oh.
And once that order's gone through, it goes through, those products are delivered the next day. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know how they do it. I just know they do it. Yeah, we've got a couple who are actually in the UK, and because he's got Parkinson's, he does all his ordering through me. So he tells me what he wants. I do the order form and I put everything in there, his banking details, the whole lot. I send it to him, he signs it, and he sends it back to me, and I send it to Sweden. And it goes through. Chop, chop.
There's
Okay.
no potholes on their roads.
No.
No, no.
Doesn't go fast.
All the training I do on the thing, like
Yeah.
all Sean's training that he does on tech, I send it through. Some of them are even on our WhatsApp. Yeah. Our lady in Germany, is Claudia still in Germany?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, in Germany, she's on our WhatsApp, so she gets all those. Okay.
International?
Debbie,
Yes. Yes.
Corinne still orders from Sweden as well.
Yes, yes, she does, and she's put in an order now, I think, if I can
Yeah,
remember.
no, she lives in Mauritius, but every time she goes up to Scotland, because they live between the two, they may put an order through there and they bring their products back.
That's right.
Yeah,
Super.
so it still
Fantastic.
goes to Sweden. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Right. The downline tells you that his friend in Manchester, England, wants to get started.
You just did that one.
What is the
You
procedure?
just done it.
Oh, they've done it. But they want to get started. His friend wants to get started, so he wants a downline. So similar. But
Yeah.
now, of course, we've got a website. So the website is brilliant. And just give him your website and he can join under there.
That's what I did with my UK downline.
Yeah, yeah. Give them your website and everything will just be automatic. Right, number 8. One of your team is moving to Nairobi, Kenya for good. He still wants to do the business in Kenya. Please advise.
Surely it's just a notification of change of address.
Yeah.
That's right. He actually keeps his company number. He just changes his address.
And
Isn't
the
that
country,
amazing?
the country code changes. That's it.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Same with Namibia and same with Botswana.
I've got a
Okay.
question, Klaus.
Yes.
I've got a question, not on the page. You hear that someone wants to order 4 drums of LC30. So it came through that it's actually one of the customers of a GNLD distributor. Are you allowed, because business is business, to go to that customer and say, listen, how much did you get your LDC for? And they will look at the suggested retail price and you say, I can give it to you at the member price, which is a good deal. You'll save yourself 1,013 Rand. Is that kosher in the eyes of Neolife?
Yep.
No, you're not
No.
allowed to sheep steal. It's not kosher.
Okay, can I just can I just elaborate? He hasn't placed an order with the distributor yet. So it's still available, but it hasn't been, there's no order that that the other distributor has given him. So there's been no transaction. It was just in the wind that he has a regular order every month, but you stepped in before the next month. Would that be allowed?
No, it's not
Well,
ethical.
Yeah, it's
Unethical.
legally it's allowed, ethically it's not.
Yeah, it's not ethical.
That's the right answer. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
they
it's
can
not
pass on that
ethical.
question. Okay.
We had a thing where one of our customers who's getting our price as a distributor, she was a distributor, then her husband died. She didn't want to renew, but she wanted to keep her product. And her neighbor of 2 doors down from her is a GNLD distributor. And so she went to the neighbor and she asked the neighbor to please, can I get my products from you? Because it will be easier than Debbie and John coming all this way. And that GNLD person phoned me and said, Debbie, do you know that so-and-so approached me to supply her with product? So I said, well, if she feels that it's easier and she's happier with that, go ahead, but you charge her full price and charge her transport. She came back and she said,
Where can you deliver?
she phoned me, we never discussed it ever again.
Ever.
So yeah, and that
We-
GNLD distributor and I are quite good friends. So it was
We-
very
we have-
kind of-
We have
Sorry,
the same problem. We have the same
Okay.
problem with the distributor up in Mozambique. She used to come into South Africa to visit her parents every now and then and pick up products from us down here. And now she's been pinched by one of the Mozambique distributors, and she doesn't buy from us anymore. We get nothing out of it. So it's not nice. And yeah, she was quite a good source of points. But the Mozambique people have taken her, and they just, of course, it's easier for her to get the stuff from them apparently, but it's not right.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
thing is, she should have just joined you, Vic. That's the best thing.
She did.
John and I.
No, she
Oh,
did.
She did. She's a download.
She was our download.
Well,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You know, whatever
Okay.
whatever you hand out comes back to you. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah, yeah.
this karma is doesn't forget.
Number 9. Let's move on. Number 9. One of your team is moving to Perth, Australia for good. He wants to do the business in Australia. Please advise him.
Same deal as Kenya.
No, it's not. There's a difference. They've got a different computer system. They've got to join themselves. They can have a dual membership. Yeah.
Okay.
So they can have a dual membership. They must keep membership in both countries. Only directors don't have a problem.
Hmm.
So
How does
if
it do for ordering, Debbie? How does it work for their ordering and everything?
no, they've got to join as a distributor, but they sign on in Australia as the sponsor from South Africa. So they're now the sponsor
Of
of
themselves.
themselves in Australia.
Sounds like
Okay.
a
Yeah,
down under
so they-
story.
Okay, right. Number 10. A single lady in your team is a senior manager. She marries a manager. Who's in the Eagle team? Who is in the Eagle team? Please advise. They both want to do the business. We've just had this one as well. Just had
Giving
this
up their
one. now.
membership.
Sorry?
Who's giving up their membership?
We've just had this one now.
I recommend a good divorce lawyer.
Yeah. No, they can carry on having their two separate teams. So
Okay.
the manager can carry on with his team and the senior manager can
Yeah.
carry on with their team. It's not a good idea because eventually the one is going to take over. They're both liquid. That they're not going to be consolidated. So yeah, and it's best to sort it out before they get married. Or another way is to buy it. The senior manager buy the manager. Okay, was that
So
interesting
basically,
or what?
Debbie, so basically when you get into the dating field, do not look at other distributors. It's not easier. Date outside the
a headache.
distributor pool.
It
So
causes a
you've
headache.
got to look at your level or higher.
Oh, boy,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, any questions on those?
Or any other
Is
question?
Is that not what happened to Janet and Andrew? I think Andrew's.
Yeah.
I
I
think
was
Janet's
just thinking about the same
first
thing.
downline got married to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I was thinking of that earlier when
And-
Debbie mentioned about people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
funny.
McQueen
Yeah.
is as well. Linda and
That's
Yeah.
Uncle Siwe.
Yeah,
She was
that's
she
right.
was his downline.
Yeah, I remember at the meeting, what was it? Was it in Joburg or something? And like one of them, was it Brendan or something, who said something about Janet? Yeah, this is what's happening. Oh, yeah, okay, Janet, we'll figure it out. I remember that.
Yeah,
because she was getting married to Andrew. Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, that's happened, of course, as you say, to Linda and what's her name, Sakila?
Some kind of
Yeah.
Siwe.
Yeah,
Uncle.
Samke, yeah. That happened to them as well. But she just joined up with them and made him a partner, so they're all together. So it was great. So yeah. So that's that lot. Now I wanted to do a bit of recognition. Guys, you all know that there's a price increase on the 16th
16th
of
of July.
July. Okay. It's not a very heavy increase, and it's a fabulous increase for bonus, as you all know. So don't think this is just, you can do whatever you like, of course, but just out of our experience is you yourselves hold back. If your team want to buy in, that's fine, let them go. If your customers want to buy, that's good, but don't go and you buy. John and I've done this in the long ago, and we had a stock full of a cupboard full of stock, which we bought, and of course you get rid of it, but the next month, whoa! So rather keep your money for the next month, for after the month's increase. So yeah, that's just sorry, Vic, you were going to say?
So that's it's one of the reasons that I'm actually against when they have talks and they give prizes out for people in the audience, and they give it to distributors.
Yes.
The next month, that distributor doesn't buy a thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm 100%
We've
agree
spoken
with
to
you.
Charlie about that.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can do either. He says it's a near life thing. So yeah. So that's just one of those things that happen. So we don't get terribly excited when our team wins things, I must admit. Yeah, especially with this new 1,000 thing that you get, and you get product for 1,000. I don't know. Anyway,
I prefer the gear.
Yes, that's right. Why not? No, I agree. Like a cup or anything. I don't know. That's great.
Clothing and that sort of thing. They've got some
Yeah.
good clothing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's good. Okay, so we're having quite a good month so far this month, I must admit. Yeah, we're about 6-7 days ahead of where we normally are. So I don't know if people are, and that was before we announced the price increase, which, thank you, Sean, that came through before we got, before Durban told us, before World Team told us. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. And Jenny Potter, Mandy, did you pick up Jenny's order? So Mandy's got your order, Jenny.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Debbie.
But there won't be
Okay.
any space in the car though.
Yeah, it's too full.
It's only 10 boxes of Super 10, nothing more, Sean. You can make a plan.
10 crates
Sitting on Mandy's lap.
Yeah.
and 5 liters.
Anyway, Lipotropic is now available countrywide, so that's good.
Because I've got
Yeah.
orders.
Fantastic. Great. Okay.
Debbie, is the iron ever coming back? The iron.
Yes.
Iron.
And Dom, don't hold your breath. Don't hold
Really,
your breath.
huh?
Yeah.
Dude, we need iron. What the hell is going on?
Use
know.
It was so important.
use the multi-mineral.
Yeah.
It has got iron in there. If necessary, take 2 tablets at a time with vitamin C. You will get close to what we had. And overseas,
Yeah, but-
they've got sports endurance that they're using in place of iron at the moment. So if we can convince somebody to bring in sports endurance, then we'll have iron over here too.
Yeah, but it's not as potent as the iron was, Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Iron,
we-
it was
yeah.
really good.
but we've got to settle for the next best thing at this stage.
Oh,
What
that's
the hell
right.
happened?
Look,
I'd love to know what happened. Anyway.
we've got a wonderful pharmaceutical thing in this country, so just
Yeah, but
we know what happened.
you know, they're the watchdogs. And remember Louis Smith telling us when they went into this guy's factory, the factory had a couple of people on the workbench with angle grinders, and they were grinding iron filings down, and they would process that, and that was your iron. So that caused a lot of problems, and I think that put a dent in the industry.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
is it a big pharma thing?